Today I want to tell you the story of one of my constituents, Erfanullah Abidi. Erfan and his wife Manisa and their 3 young sons, Mawahid, Tawid and Zahid, and his parents were on the last Australian flight out of Kabul airport at the fall of Kabul. In his words, on August 15, 2021, their lives changed irreversibly when the Republic Government of Afghanistan unexpectedly collapsed, plunging their once normal existence into the depths of chaos and uncertainty. As an interpreter and cultural advisor, he had already found himself on the hate list of insurgent groups due to his role in supporting the Afghan government. However, the abrupt fall of Kabul to the Taliban while he was on duty with an NGO marked a harrowing turning point. Overnight, he was thrust into a desperate struggle for survival, navigating a city under siege, constantly moving from one place to another as Taliban forces combed the neighbourhoods in search of perceived enemies. In the midst of this turmoil, he and his family clung to a fragile thread of hope through their ongoing visa applications. The process was agonisingly slow, complicated further by escalating crisis in their precarious circumstances. They persevered, reaching out to authorities and international organisations, desperate for any means of escape from the tightening grip of the Taliban. Erfan tells the story of days of sleepless vigilance and hunger at Kabul airport, literally standing unable to move, holding their children above their heads so they didn't stop breathing in the crush. And they finally managed to board an emergency evacuation flight and arrived in Adelaide on the 1st of September 2021. Landing in a foreign land as refugees, they were thrust into a daunting reality, starting anew from scratch in a country vastly different from their own. The shock and trauma weighed heavily on them all, exacerbated by the constant anxiety over the fate of loved ones left behind in Afghanistan, including his only brother and his family, still in grave danger under Taliban rule. My office and the Minister here today assisted Erfan's family to reunite, and his brother and sister-in-law and their children arrived in Adelaide some months ago. Despite being safe, Erfan has continued to be an advocate for those still in Afghanistan. The plight of Afghan women and girls under Taliban rule emerged as a critical focus of his advocacy efforts. Despite global outrage and campaigns like #LetAfghanGirlsLearn, the Taliban's repressive policies persist, including the closure of schools and restrictions on women's freedoms. Through clandestine meetings with local elders, former civil activists, educators and concerned friends, Erfan and his colleagues devised a daring plan to establish underground schools for girls. These covert educational initiatives aimed not only to defy Taliban edicts, but also to instil hope and resilience in a generation of Afghan girls who risk losing their future to oppression. The first school opened with just 20 brave students in February 2022. Encouraged by overwhelming community support and donations, they expanded rapidly, and today they operate 15 such schools, providing education to over 300 girls. The curriculum blends traditional subjects with crucial lessons in civil and human rights, equipping these young girls with not just the knowledge, but the tools to challenge injustice and build a better future. Each school operates under a strict security protocol, crafted in collaboration with parents and community leaders, ensuring the safety of both students and teachers amid the ever-present threat of Taliban reprisal. As Erfan says, these schools have become more than just places of learning. They are sanctuaries of hope and empowerment. This community-driven effort ensures that every girl who walks through the doors knows she is not forgotten, that her education and empowerment matter deeply to a global community that refuses to turn away. Beyond the classroom, the impact reverberates through Afghan communities, where students armed with newfound knowledge and confidence become ambassadors for change. They teach their peers and families, multiplying the reach of the mission far beyond each student. In a country where hope is a scarce commodity, these girls are beacons of resilience, defying the darkness of oppression with each lesson learned and shared. And Speaker, if you would like to support the Afghan Schools for Girls, donations can be made to Circle of Friends Australia Incorporated and select Empowerment Network 132. I'd like to finish by congratulating Erfan and Manisa on the recent birth of their new daughter Nahid 2 months ago, and also on a book, The Afghan Interpreter, and a film on his story. Thank you, Speaker.